What's up, and welcome to Me, You, and Switch 2. I'm me, Tom Tate, and you're you, so let's talk about Switch 2. This is your spot for the latest news, short and sweet, 5 to 10 minute episodes in and out. Today's Thursday, June 19th, 2025. Normally, I publish on Tuesdays and Fridays, but we've got a Nintendo Direct to discuss, so let's get into it. Yesterday morning, we got 17 minutes and 42 seconds of Donkey Kong Bananza. Obviously, this is the next big first-party game from Nintendo to hit Switch 2. It's not a launch title, but I feel like it's part of that kind of launch hype, that launch wind-up. So I'm excited. The Direct opened up with a song with lyrics, and I really do love this trend that we're seeing with Nintendo titles. We saw this with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. We saw it with Smash Brothers. We saw it with Mario Odyssey, with Jump Up Superstar. You know, in addition to these games being really great games, fun to play, graphically beautiful, the characters are starting to develop so much facial expression and energy, and I think the inclusion of real songs with lyrics really brings these games to life in a way that we didn't really see before with Nintendo titles. So I'm stoked about that. Let me just drop a few highlights. This might be spoiler territory if you wanted to watch the Direct first, so I will spoil things within the Direct. We have a young Pauline. She is the future mayor of New Donk City, as featured in Super Mario Odyssey. She is DK's sidekick. She is an aspiring singer that wants to find her way back home. And we learned from, I think, the Japanese website that she is 13 years old in this game. In the Direct, we saw a lot of gameplay. Everything in the environment is destructible, which is really cool. You can dig down, you can destroy things, you can pick things up, you can throw them, you can build structures. To me, this really felt like a kind of a combination of Banjo-Kazooie meets Minecraft meets Tears of the Kingdom. All of that kind of meshed into one, you know, with the gameplay of Mario Odyssey. A lot of the environment manipulation uncovered secrets, so I think there's going to be so much exploration in this game. Really, really cool. DK also has a lot of moves. He can punch, he can do a double jump, he can do a dive punch, a roll, a hand slap, a swing. They're calling it the turf surf, which is similar to kind of shield sledding in Zelda. Pauline can sing. So there's so many different things that you can do in this game, a lot of different mechanics. DK can also transform into different animal iterations using what I thought was very clever, Bananergy. So if you've run out of Bananergy, obviously you lose the transformation. They showed off a ostrich, which could fly, the zebra, which could run on water, and a supercharged Kong. In terms of characters, you have all your old favorites. We saw Cranky Kong. We had cameos from Diddy Kong. But we also had new characters like Grumpy Kong, Poppy Kong, and Void Kong. These are characters who work for the Void Co., and that seems to serve as the game's antagonists. We have big boss fights, lots of collectibles. It looks very much like a 3D Mario game. You can go back, you can revisit old worlds that you've been to before. Once you have new power-ups, it might unlock different things in different places. So a lot of backtracking and exploration if you want to be a completionist. There were also challenge courses. Some of these were modeled after the 2D scrolling minecart levels from Donkey Kong Country, so a bit of a throwback there. Lots of variation in gameplay. There's amiibo support with new amiibo being released. If that is your thing, you can also use those old amiibo to unlock a few things. There's a co-op mode. So even this includes Nintendo Game Share, which lets a nearby Switch play along without needing a game card. So if you have a Switch 2 with Donkey Kong Bananza, a local Switch, somebody on the local network can play without needing a game card. And this is even possible using an original Switch, which I thought was interesting, right? Super fun for people who had bought a Switch 2 and kept their Switch 1. So if you have a roommate or if you have kids, somebody can control Pauline using another Switch, which is really cool. You can do that handheld. There's an art mode where you can do some 3D modeling in mouse mode. You can chisel something out of rock and then color it. So they use DK's head as an example, but they also flash Mario's head in the Direct as a bit of a throwback to Super Mario 64's start screen. If everyone remembers that, being able to manipulate Mario's face, that was a lot of fun back in the day. This looks like a lot of fun too. It's giving me Mario Paint vibes, which I think is really cool. I'm probably missing way more, but overall, I think this game looks fantastic. This game went from maybe I'll get it around the holidays, and the whole family will play it around the holidays, to I'm definitely picking this up on week one. I thought this was going to be on the same tier as like a Donkey Kong Country game, the most recent ones like Tropical Freeze, but this is starting to look like it is on the Mario tier, 3D Mario tier. It is a $70 title. I know that's a hard pill to swallow as we move on from $60 games and below. And Nintendo does not have a history of deep discounting their games, but I believe that the breadth of this Direct definitely shows me, at least, that this game is worth its full price. They packed it with so many things. There's so much in here. Almost too much, maybe, but we'll see when we get into it, we start playing it. But I think that it'll have the same replayability as a mainline Mario title, which to me these days is worth that $70 price tag. There is actually a rumor that this is being developed by Nintendo EPD Tokyo, or EPD Production Group number 8. This is the team that brought us Mario Odyssey and Bowser's Fury. I don't think that has been confirmed, but if that's true, I'm really wondering what that means for the future of 3D Mario titles on Switch 2. If they've been working on this since Bowser's Fury, it might be a while before we actually see a successor to Odyssey. So this might be the closest we get to that style of gameplay and that breadth of world building since then, right? So it might be a bit. We'll have to wait and see what we learn. In terms of story, here's something that I'm hoping for. And this is not really my theory. I'm seeing this theory pop up a ton. But we all know that Mario and Donkey Kong once inhabited the same universe, and then that spun off into their own mainline series, right? We have 3D Mario evolving into Mario Odyssey, which has Pauline and New Donk City in it. And then we have Donkey Kong Country games, which really built up the DK characters in that world. But what if, right? And again, other people have been sharing this theory. What if Bananza is a prequel to Odyssey, and these two franchises combine for a bit, right? So we start to see some crossover. What if this game ends with Pauline and Donkey Kong founding or landing in what will become New Donk City, right? Will Mario make an appearance in this game? There's so many great world-building possibilities, and I'm here for all of it. I definitely recommend checking out the full Direct if you haven't already. I'll link to it in the notes below. I'm stoked for Switch 2's summer and fall lineups, and I'm still waiting to see what the holiday season will bring. That's it for today. I'm officially on Blue Sky now at Switch2Pod with the number 2. Let me know how you feel about Bananza. Let me know how you feel about the Directs. Are you going to be picking this up right away? Are you waiting? You can let me know on Blue Sky. Again, that's Switch2Pod. Feedback for the show is super welcome. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know how I can continue to improve. If you are enjoying the show, a review, a rating, a recommendation to a friend, posting it in a Discord community or on Reddit goes a long way. It really helps me continue to grow and do this, which I've really been enjoying. As always, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. We're going to keep this under 10 minutes. Much love. Now go play some games.